Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word. I'm Alex, your friendly guide to the wonderful world of English vocabulary. Today, we're diving into a very common and useful word, difficulty. So, what exactly does difficulty mean? Well, at its core, difficulty as a noun simply means a problem. It refers to something that is hard to do, understand, or deal with. It's a challenge, an obstacle, or a situation that requires effort and skill to overcome. We use it all the time in everyday language to describe things that aren't easy or straightforward. For instance, I'm having some difficulty understanding this grammar rule, or we experienced some difficulty getting the project finished on time. You see, it's all about acknowledging that something isn't a walk in the park. Now, let's explore some synonyms for difficulty. Think of words that have a similar meaning, words that you could use instead of difficulty in certain situations. A great synonym is problem. For example, we have a problem with the computer system is very similar to saying we have a difficulty with the computer system. Another good synonym is challenge. This implies something that requires effort and skill to overcome. For instance, learning a new language can be a big challenge, just like it can be a big difficulty. We can also use the word struggle. Struggle suggests that you are putting in a lot of effort but still finding it hard. He's facing a struggle to find a job, means he's having a difficulty finding a job. Another synonym is hardship. Hardship often refers to difficult conditions of life. They endured many hardships during the war, meaning they faced many difficulties during the war. Finally, consider the word complication. There was a complication during the surgery, means there was a difficulty during the surgery. Now, let's switch gears and look at antonyms, words that have the opposite meaning of difficulty. The most obvious antonym is ease. Ease means something is done without effort. She passed the exam with ease is the opposite of saying she had difficulty passing the exam. Another antonym is simplicity. Simplicity means something is easy to understand or do. The simplicity of the instructions made the task quick is the opposite of the task presenting difficulty. We can also use the word facility. Facility means the ability to do something easily. He has a facility for languages, meaning he doesn't have difficulty learning them. Another antonym is advantage. Advantage implies a helpful situation or something that makes things easier. Having a mentor gave her an advantage in her career, meaning she faced less difficulty. And finally, think of the word success. The project was a success, indicates the opposite of facing difficulty. Now, let's talk about how we use difficulty in everyday life. You might hear someone say, I'm having difficulty sleeping lately, meaning they're experiencing a problem with their sleep. Or, the company is in financial difficulty, which means they're facing financial problems. You might also hear the phrase in difficulty, which means to be in trouble or facing problems. For example, the climber was in difficulty on the mountain. We also often use difficulty in phrases like have no difficulty, meaning something is easy for you. I have no difficulty understanding English speakers. Here are some more examples of difficulty in sentences and phrases. She overcame many difficulties to achieve her goals. He has difficulty remembering names. The level of difficulty of the exam was very high. We encountered unexpected difficulties during the construction. They are working to resolve the difficulties in the relationship. Despite the difficulties, they persevered. The language barrier presented a difficulty in communication. There is considerable difficulty in proving his innocence. He spoke with difficulty after the accident. The difficulty of the problem required expert knowledge. Okay, that brings us to the end of today's episode on the word difficulty. We learned that difficulty means a problem, and we explored synonyms like problem, challenge, struggle, hardship, and complication. We also looked at antonyms such as ease, simplicity, facility, advantage, and success. And we saw how difficulty is used in everyday conversations and common expressions. Thank you so much for joining me on Hello Word. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others find the show. And now for your homework, I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word difficulty and share it as a comment under the video. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Until next time, happy learning!